ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन् इति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. So I'm very grateful to be with all of you, and I'll be very grateful if the devotees from ISKCON Calgary consider me worth to be made co-host. If you think I'm worthy of it, you can make me the co-host so that I can share screen and annotate, etc. Hari. Another expectation from other devotees is to please turn on your videos. Okay. Hare Krishna. So one of the set of prayers that Srila Prabhupada loved, and he gave series of lectures, is teachings of Queen Kunti. So right in the first canto, teachings of Queen Kunti was something very amazing. And Prabhupada gave a lot of wonderful lectures on this particular series. And I just wanted to, before proceeding ahead, I wanted to confirm with all the wonderful devotees of ISKCON Calgary. If you are able to hear me, please raise your both hands and say Hari Bol. Okay. Very clear. There's absolutely no disturbance. You're able to see my video. Everything is nice. Then please raise your hands and say once more Hari Bol. Thank you. Very good. Thank you so much. So before we get into the verse for today, we are going to discuss the 9th prayer of Queen Kunti. I just wanted to give a summary. I'm so sorry. So I'll just thought of giving some summary of what exactly has happened so far. So teachings of Queen Kunti is what we have begun. So this starts from this particular shloka. I'll give you the links also. 1.8.18. This is the first shloka. And the first shloka, Kunti Maharani offers obeisances to Krishna, an aunt offering obeisances to her nephew. That's how this starts. Okay? And then she describes Krishna as invisible there. Alaksham sarvabhutana. Because you have gone inside the womb of Uttara as invisible and you have saved Parikshit. Right? So that's something very amazing that you have done. But why are you invisible? That is the next question. That she answers this question. The 19th shloka teaches why Krishna is invisible Lord. He is invisible because of the curtain of Maya which is there. Maya Javanika Channa. Maya's curtain. So Maya does not let everybody have darshan of Krishna. Then one may have a doubt that who gets the access to Krishna? Yes. Tatha Paramahamsana Munina Mamalatmanam. It's only the pure devotees who get access to Krishna. But here, Kunti Maharani also expresses that I am nothing but a poor woman. Katam Pashimahi Striyaha. I'm just a normal woman. How can I actually, get access to Krishna? She says that. But actually, Prabhupada says she's the most intelligent woman. Kunti Maharani is the most intelligent. Till here, clear? Everything is clear? You could get it? Y'all give me 2 thumbs up. Yes, Prabhu, amazing. It's very clear. Then I'll proceed ahead. Okay. I'm not Dronacharya. I'll take away your thumb like Ekalavya. Not good. So you can give me both the thumbs. And again, a request to others, please turn on your videos. Okay. So now Kunti Maharani, what she says? She says, all I can do, I am a simple woman, I can offer my respects to Krishna. But there are so many Krishnas in this world. Yes, there are so many Krishnas. This is Krishnaya Vasudevaya. Just give me 1 minute. The devotees have gone into ecstasy of Kirtan. I will not choke their ecstasy, but I'll close the door and come. Just give me. Chant two Mahamantras. I just come back. Hari Bol, Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. You're back. So she says, I'm praying to that Krishna who's the son of Vasudev. Okay. There may be a Krishna whose father's name is Vasudev. Somebody else also can exist, right? Yeah, why not? So she says, Devaki Nandanaya. But the possibility of a boy having name as Krishna and having parents whose name is Vasudeva and Devaki is very less. So she says, Devaki Nandanaya. Ab batao. Now what? Then says, okay, there may be a boy who may say, my name is Krishna and my parents are Vasudeva and Devaki. Okay. Nanda Gopa Kumaraya. You are also the son of Nanda Maharaj. That is it's only Krishna. A person in this world can have dual citizenship of two countries, but having two fathers, that's not something which is very easy. Now what? The son of Nanda also. Krishna is the father of Vasudeva and Nanda. So what? Now, but still there is a bleak possibility. That's why she says there's another name of Krishna who's Govinda. So she very much clarifies very clearly who's the object of her worship. And still somebody has an alias name of Krishna. He's adopted. He's adopted by a person called Nanda. He has a father who is Vasudeva, Devaki as mother. There is a possibility somebody can be there. To eliminate that possibility that who exactly I am praying to, she tells that I worship that Krishna who has lotus markings. Nama Pankajanabhaya, Nama Pankajamayine, Nama Pankajanetraya, Namaste Pankajangre, who has lotus markings, auspicious lotus markings all over his body. Now, this all possibility is eliminated. So it has to be the Supreme Person of God, Krishna, which is you. So now she sets her object of worship very clearly as Krishna. That's all I can do. Then Kunti Maharani goes on to say that her position compared to Devaki is very, very fortunate. Yatha Rishikesha Khalena Devaki. I am more fortunate than Devaki. One may ask the question, why? Why do you say that? Because myself and Devaki, we both were in trouble. Devaki had to wait. But my troubles were gone soon. I never had to wait. Number two, Devaki lost her children. Yes, her 6 children were lost to Kamsa. I never lost any son. My all 5 children remained intact, as Kuntī had taken a promise. Yes, so Devaki had to wait. She didn't have to wait. And Devaki was saved only once. But I have been saved many times. Okay? How many times? And what are the different ways in which Kunti Maharani was saved? Vishan, Mahagane, Purushant, Darshana. She says all that. My children were put into the Lakshagraha, the house of lack. They were fed poison. Hare Krishna, is something wrong with my video? This one. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Okay, I'll just make some adjustment. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, I think you're not chanting. Please chant loudly. Then my video will come very fast. Okay, I'm back. All glories to Harinam Prabhu. Right? So then Kunti Maharani describes the different times. How many times Krishna saved? Yes. So that was described. Then she goes on to tell that whenever we were in trouble, we were in trouble, that time Krishna was present. Now that everything is all right, Krishna, you're leaving us? Yes. So please give us more trouble, more dangers. Let there be more danger. Vipaka santuta saswatattva jagat guru. Bhavato darshanam yat syat apunarbhava darshanam. So that we can have more of your association. Correct? We can have more of your association. So let us have more troubles. Like that. And now in this particular sloka, which we are going to discuss, that is Srimad Bhagavatam 1.8.26. So far we have discussed 8 shlokas. Right? And I've tried to explain the connection between every shloka. The links. So this particular shloka, Kunti Maharani is talking about what are the 4 disqualifications in performing Krishna Bhakti from the heart. Krishna Bhakti anybody can do, but from the heart. You want to call out for Krishna from the heart. What are the 4 major obstacles? That is something which we are going to do. So I hope till now everybody got everything clear. We got all the links and connection between all shlokas. All clear? Please say Hari Bol. Okay. So I think Devraj Pro is near the microphone. So I request you to kindly repeat the shloka in the microphone and everybody else can follow. And the other online participants can kindly recite at your respective places. We'll recite this shloka. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. No, Prabhu, I'm not able to hear. You have to unmute Gaurav. From Gaurav, I was hearing the audio. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Yeah. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Janmaishwarya Shruta Shribhir.
Janmaishwarya Shruta Shribhir.
Idhamana Madah Puman.
Idhamana Madah Puman.
Naivarhati Abhidatum Vai.
Naivarhatya Vidhatum Vai.
Twamakinchana Gocharam.
Kamakinchana Gocharam.
In interest of time, we will just go for the synonyms. Please repeat after me. Janma,
Janma,
birth.
birth.
Aishwarya,
Aishwarya,
opulence.
opulence.
Shruta,
Shruta,
education.
education.
Sribihi,
Srivihi,
by the possession of beauty.
by the possession of beauty.
Edamana,
Nedhamana,
progressively increasing.
progressively increasing.
Madaha,
Madaha,
intoxication.
intoxication.
Puman,
Puman,
the human being.
the human being.
Na,
Not,
never.
never.
Eva,
Eva,
ever.
ever.
Arhati,
Arhati,
deserves.
deserves.
Avidatum,
Abhidatum,
to address in feeling.
to address in feeling.
Why?
Why?
Certainly.
Certainly.
Tuam,
Tvam,
you.
you.
Akinchana gocharam,
Kinchana gocharam,
one who is approached easily.
one who is approached easily.
Why the materially exhausted man?
By the materially exhausted man.
Before we go to translation, I wanted to ask all of you. You can all put it in the chat also. Those of you who want to put it in the chat. I wanted to ask you all, according to you, which is the most important verse here? Which is the most important word? I'm sorry. Which word is the most important word? Out of this, you'll only get one attempt, huh? Imagine if you have some 40 devotees, everybody will choose one word. That's not acceptable. Only one attempt, one chance. So please tell me which is the most important word in this particular word-to-word meaning which you found.
People are saying Akinchana Gocharam.
Okay. ISKCON Calgary's vote is noted. So we have Amrit Hari Prabhu, Aruna Chitra Mataji. They have voted same. I think all Calgary devotees think alike. So they voted for that. Leela Mati says Madaha. And others do not want to vote. Yes. Yes, Devraj, you were saying something?
Vote something else, Prabhuji? Other than the ISKCON Calgary devotees, I wanted to vote for Abhidhatu to address in healing.
You want to vote for?
Abhidhatu to address in healing.
Abhidatum. Okay, Abhidatum. Okay, your vote is also taken. You are differing from the ISKCON Calgary group. But let's see if you are all right or who is right. We'll see. But before that, we'll read the translation. So, translation by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. Yes, Prabhu, you can read the translation.
My Lord, your Lordship can easily be approached, but only by those who are materially exhausted. Because one who is on the path of material progress, trying to improve himself with respectable parentage, great opulence, high education, and bodily beauty, cannot address you with sincere feeling.
Okay. So the most important word that Prabhupada gives, now this is what Prabhupada gives, is Akinchana Gochara. Especially even in that, it's Akinchana. That is the most important word here. Yeah, Akinchana. See, this word Akinchana is very important. Prabhupada stresses a lot on that. And what exactly is the meaning of this Akinchana? Kinchana means one has something. So a person who is having something is called as Kinchana. Kuch to hai. Oh, it's not writing. Just 1 minute. You all can chant once more. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your beautiful chant. I'm going to spotlight myself. Somehow it's not happening. Not that you all didn't chant sincerely. You all chanted. But annotation from my side is not happening. It's okay. No problem. So what I want to say is that the most important word here is akinchan. The very meaning of this word akinchan, kinchana. Kinchana means one who has something. It's called as kinchan. On the other hand, akinchan is a person who is convinced with this philosophy that nothing belongs to me. Yes, so this is the philosophy of akinchan. Nothing belongs to me. Yes, absolutely nothing belongs to me. So that's what an akinchan thinks like. So this is what we have to develop. So the whole purpose, when I heard the lecture of Srila Prabhupada on this verse, Prabhupada says we have to develop this bhava which is called as akinchanatva. That's a devotee we have to develop because that's the most important word. In this word, everybody wants to be kinchana. Kinchana. How many of you seen some beggars? These beggars going on street and they're going to different trash cans and taking some bottles and some plastic covers. How many of you seen that? You've seen such beggars? They go and pick something. Oh, that is what? So even a beggar picking up the trash is actually showing the propensity of Jiva that I want to be something. I want to possess something. I want to have something. So the very disease that we have with us is called I have something. This is a disease. The moment somebody says I have something, that is a disease. And this is the major problem with all of our living entities. I have something. Right? On the other hand, we have to be the platform where we say I have nothing. That is the platform of akinchanatvam. So now I have something, I have something. This tendency can, how it raises. So what is that something that a jiva wants to have? So let's discuss that. This is the purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. The one in black is Prabhupada's purport, and the one in red is my annotation and notes. Being materially advanced means taking birth in an aristocratic family and possessing great wealth and education. And just 1 minute. Hare Krishna. So sorry. Yes. Yeah, we are back. So being materially advanced means taking birth in an aristocratic family and possessing great wealth, education, attractive personal beauty. All materialistic men are mad after possessing these material opulences. And this is known as the advancement of material civilization. So whenever we talk about material advancement, right? So material advancement means jazz life. So what is jazz? Not the jazz music. This is jazz. Janma, Aishwarya, Shruta and Sri. So increasing these 4 things. Jazz life is material life. Jazz formula. If Bhagavatam summarizes the material education or material advancement in this particular verse, Om Sahastriyo Mithuni Bhavametam Tayor Mritayo Hridaya Granti Mahu Atogrha Ksheta Sutapta Vittir Janasya Moho Yamaham Mameti. So the anartha that is being addressed here by Kuntī Maharani, which is preventing us from accessing Krishna, which is preventing us from doing our bhakti nicely, which is preventing us from chanting nicely, is the anartha of moha. Moha means illusion. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada and Matsarya. So this is that moha or that illusion because of which we are not able to do bhakti from our heart. From the heart. Actually, Krishna consciousness bhakti is a process of heart. It's not a mechanical process involving one's senses or some intellectually mundane activity. It is actually something which is performed from the heart. Bhakti is transforming the heart and bhakti has to be performed from the heart. But this moha is something that is elaborated here. So what is this moha described? Yes. So this is the moha which is described in the Bhagavatam, which says a man needs a woman. A woman needs a man. So man is searching for woman, woman is searching for man. And then when a man and woman meet, they contemplate on getting married. There is marriage. So what happens? Already man and woman, they are attracted to each other. But after marriage, this knot gets tightened up. How many of you are married? Just checking. Very good. Do you remember the knot that you tied? So they say tying a knot. Right? Tying a knot. So everybody ties a knot. If a person tied a knot means a fellow is married. That's what they say, tying a knot. So that particular knot is called the Hridaya Granthi. That knot is there. And then the husband and wife, they become husband and wife and they want sex life. But sex life needs home. Right? So they have a home. In order to maintain the home, the man needs a kshetra. Over here, kshetra refers to a field, but in modern sense, kshetra will refer to a job, an employment, so that you can work hard at day and night. And then for whom you're working hard day and night? Person has, so he needs some praja, right? Some kind of population for whom you're working hard day and night. So they have children. Ata graha kshetra sutapta vittir. This is very scientific. Man, woman, get married, want sex life, need a home, need a kshetra to work, we get children. So Bhagavatam very scientifically explains this. And children are very important. Yesterday I had gone for a house program. It was a Bhagavatam installation. In that home, it's a joint family. And I told that your home looks very lively. Your home is very happening. I was thinking, why is this home very happening? Then I counted the children. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are 10 children in the house. Wow, it's a joint family, not one person. I'm just clarifying, not one devotee having 10 children. You have 10 children. That's why the house is very, very lively. And that's what even Chanakya Pandit says. Chanakya Pandit says, Putrahinam griham shunyam, avidyayam jivanam shunyam, vishashunyam bandavaha, sarva shunyam daridratah. So he says there are 4 kinds of zeros. 4 people who are zero. We say na, hero to zero, zero to hero. We say na. So there are 4 kinds of zero people in this world. Putrahinam grihas sunyam. If there is no child in the house, such kind of home is zero. Yes. So, घर मतलब बच्चा होना चाहिए. This is, I am telling Niti Shastra. Yes, I am telling Niti Shastra. So, putrahinam griham sunyam. So, without a child, a home is a shunyam. It will appear vacant. Can you all hear me clearly? Is my speech audible? Clear? Okay. Second is avidyayam jivanam sunyam. A person who is uneducated, who has not received any education, his life is a big zero. Jivanam shunyam. Disha shunyam bandava. Suppose a person does not have any friends or relatives, bandhu. Yes, then whichever direction he goes, that direction is empty for him. Doesn't make a difference. And sarva shunyam daridrata. Daridrata means a pauper. A pauper, a poverty-stricken person. For him, everything is shunya. Correct? He doesn't have anything. Correct? Yeah. Now we'll continue reading the purport. But the result is that by possessing all these material assets, one becomes artificially puffed up, intoxicated by such temporary possessions. Okay. So I'd like to tell you a story. So there was a bridge. Yes, there was a bridge. And on top of the bridge were 2 beggars. And they were very good friends. So both of them used to beg. So they've been begging consistently for a long time and they're begging buddies, best of friends. So one day, one of the beggar, he goes out. He doesn't come for begging for a long time. And then he came back. And once he came back, his beggar friend asked, "My dear beggar Prabhu, where did you go? Where had you gone?" So he said, it was my daughter's marriage. So I had gone to get my daughter married. Said, "Oh, you are gone to get your daughter married. Okay, very nice, very nice. What else?" He said, "You know something? What did I give for dowry to my son-in-law?" Yeah, I said, "What did you give?" He says, "We are sitting on the top of the bridge. The bottom of the bridge, I gave it to my son-in-law as dowry." Hare Krishna. You understood that? You understood the point? So the fellow doesn't belong to the top of the bridge doesn't belong to the fellow, the bottom doesn't, nothing belongs to this fellow. But he's so proud. He thinks I have given in dowry to my son-in-law what is down. So this is what happens to a living entity. Deha patra kalatradishu atma sainyeshu asatsapi. Tesham pramatto nidhanam pashyan apina pashyati. A person considers his body to be something which is there. That's what. Deha first. I'll show you. So the first soldier, he's collecting soldiers all over his life. So the first soldier he collects is his body. That's why people go for bodybuilding. They go for jogging. They go for bodybuilding. Why? This is their first soldier. Deha. Apatya. Begetting children. Because a person thinks it is the children who will protect me in the time of my need. Yes? Kalatra. Kalatra is wife. Person thinks my wife will In Vedic time, one person is to marry many wives. Is to have many wives also. But considering my spouse will protect me. So these things, Adishu, there can be many more things. There can be animals, right? Servants. So one can keep on going with the list. So he thinks they are all my Atma Sainyeshu. This is my army. So he's constructing an army. Atma Sainyeshu. But this army is what kind of army? Asatsu army. Fallible army. They are all fallible. Krishna's name is Achyuta. Achyuta means one could not fall down from his position. This particular army is called Asatsu. They're fallen army. They're all going to fall down one day. Which means nobody is going to survive. One's body is going to grow weak, going to go frail, old, and eventually die. Same thing is going to happen to wife's body. Children can die for the father. Anything can happen. Servants may betray you. Anything. So tesham pramatto nidhanam. Yes, they are all completely bewildered up to the point of death. And pasyan apina pashyati. They absolutely do not actually see the reality of life. They fail because they are busy collecting and maintaining their Atma Sena, which is fallible army only. The army which is going to fall. So they are busy maintaining this particular army, because of which they don't realize. They absolutely don't realize. Correct? So this moha has one nature. Moha has a nature to blind a person. He makes a person blind. Yes, that's the nature of, we have to understand. If we want to overcome moha, which is preventing us from doing bhajan from the heart, we have to understand the nature of the moha. The nature of the moha is blinding. Shastras at another point of time talk about 4 kinds of blind people. Yes, 4 kinds of blind men. Nacha pashyati janmanda kamandho naiva pashyati madonmatta na pashyanti arte dosham na pashyati. So first kind of blind person is janmanda, who is blind from birth. Example, Dhritarashtra Vacha. So this Dhritarashtra fellow, he is blind from his birth. So he is the category of Janmanda. He is blind from the beginning. Kamandho naiva pashyati. Now this person is blind because of lust. The example of this given in Shastra is Bilva Mangala. Bilva Mangal was so very lusty after Chintamani Vaishya, the prostitute, that he didn't see the flood which was there. He started walking. His wife came to stop him. And she died, she drowned. He took his wife's body to be a boat. He took a dead snake, not a dead snake, live snake to be a rope, and then went to Chintamani. He couldn't see because of kama. Kamandho naiva pashyati. Madonmatta na pashyati. Somebody is too much intoxicated with pride. Example, Indra. Indra was receiving Indra Puja. Varuna, Chandra, Vayu, Agni, Surya, everybody was worshipping Indra. The Vidyadharas were singing the glories of Indra. The Charanas were quoting shlokas about Indra's glory. Apsaras were dancing for Indra. All of them were doing Indra Puja. Indra was sitting on a golden throne bedecked with all gems with his wife Sachi. Right? And there goes his guru. Who is his guru? His guru is Brihaspati. So he's seeing Guru is coming, but he's still not seeing. Pasyanapina pashyati. So he saw Guru is coming, but he said, this fellow keeps coming and going now and then. No big deal. He thought like this in his mind. But he was so much in Madonmatta, he was intoxicated receiving the worship of all the denizens of heaven, that although he saw the Guru, he could not see the Guru, because he was blinded by what? He was blinded by false pride. Tabra buddhina. So that blinded him. Yes. Madonmatta na pashyati, arthe dosham na pashyati. A person does not see fault in earning money. When it comes to earning money, a person doesn't see earning fault. Example of this is Valmiki. Before he became Valmiki, he was Ratnakar Daku. Yes, he was Ratnakar Daku, or some of them call him Valya Gowda. That was his name. Arthe dosham. He was stealing, murdering people, earning for his family. His goal was sustenance of his family members, but his means was not correct. And then later on he was rectified by the sages. But the point is, Arthe dosham na pashyati. When you start earning money, at that particular point of time, you don't understand properly what is good and what is bad. So these are the blind men. So similarly, the Janma, Aishwarya and Shuta and Shri, these are called as Mada. See, there is one level called Moha. This fellow is Moha. who's collecting a fallible army of soldiers, fallible soldiers, he is in moha. But beyond moha, on top of that, is called as mother. That is the next level of moha. This is heavily blinding. To take a person from moha, a person can be taken out in some way. But it's very difficult to pull out a person from mother. Hare Krishna. You want me to tell you a story? Then I want more videos. I take Dakshina. My charge is more videos, more devotees turning on videos. If you are taking a walk, you are cooking, you are driving, no problem. But keep video on. That black color Brahman Sammo I am not able to connect to. So keep it on. So once what happened, there was a very good pious man. He was a pious man. And this pious man he was contemplating, what should I do in my life? Maybe I should find a guru. So he found a guru. And guru says, who are all there in your family? He said, I have a very loving wife. I have a very wonderful son. I have a very beautiful daughter-in-law who takes care. They all take care of me so nicely. We are having so much of bondage and so much of love. Guru asked, what's your age? He said, I'm 50. Guru became very happy. He said, Panchashordhvam Vanam Vrajet. After the age of 50, you're supposed to take Vanaprastha and eventually take sannyas. What are you doing? He says, that's all right, Gurudev, but my family members love me very much. I said, really? They love you so much? It's okay. Let's do an experiment. He said, okay, let's do this experiment. So the Guru told that I'm going to tell you to do one drama. He says, I've never done a drama in my life. Please forgive me, Gurudev. I don't have that skill. He says, don't worry, drama is very easy. You have to do drama of a dead man. What is the role he has to play? Dead man. You're dead. So you have to pretend to be a dead man. That's all. Until the time I tell you to wake up, to get up, you will not get up. He said, okay, Gurudev, I can do this. Dead man acting is easy. How many of you think this role is very easy? You can do very easy role. You just have to sleep. That's all. But it's not so easy. Joke, you cannot laugh. Yes, somebody says some gali, you cannot as such abuse back. You can't get angry. You can't show any emotions. You have to be still. You can't move. So what happens is that he becomes dead and Guru takes some of his disciples and they take the pretending corpse to his home. And immediately, as soon as his dead body is there, everyone start crying, oh no, what happened? He's dead. We loved him so much. And this person inside is feeling so blissful. Oh, just see, they're crying for me. Louder the cry, more the love. They love me so very much. I'm so very happy and fortunate to actually have such a loving family. I will never leave these people. Never leave them. And then Guru makes a shocking announcement. Guru says, how many of you want your loved one to come alive once again? And all three of them say, please, we will do anything. Please get back our father. Please get back my father-in-law. Please get back my husband. They cry. Okay. I can bring him back to life at the cost of one of your life. Then I can bring him back. Then the three of them become a little silent for some time. And the son and the mother-in-law, the son, the mother, daughter-in-law, they all think. And the daughter-in-law proposes to the husband that anyway, this lady is going to die soon. She's next. Let us, let her life go and let's bring back father to life. It's proposed like a mother. Hey, what you're saying? Then she says, come on, what is this? You are talking like this. You better, she tells that his daughter-in-law, she's outside girl, let her go and we'll get back the father. We'll get you another marriage. Like that, they start fighting against each other. And that time, this person who is still acting as dead is saying that, okay, they love me, but nobody is willing to sacrifice anything for me. And then finally they decide, okay, person has gone anyways, why to unnecessarily worry so much? Let him go, it's okay. He's gone now. Who can stop death? So he's dead anyway, so let him go. Please take him away. We don't need him anymore. And this fellow is shocked. He wants to get up and tell, hey, I'm alive. But Guru had given clear-cut instruction. You will not get up till the time I tell you to wake up. So he's lying there only like this. And Guru takes him away to his ashram and he says, now anyway, you're dead for the family. The family is dead for you. You can also claim like this, you join me. Well, let's join the preaching movement. Hare Krishna. So this is one of the stories that is there I wanted to tell. That happens. Right? So this person was in moha. That he was in moha. And his moha was broken by a little bit of philosophy, a little bit of experiential learning. The Guru took up. But mother is even more difficult. Mother is very difficult to take out because that's the next level of moha. We'll read the purport once again. So what is the result of this moha and mother? What is the result? Prabhupada mentions that result. Consequently, such materially puffed up persons are incapable of uttering the holy name of the Lord by addressing him feelingly, feeling. This feeling is called as bhava, bhavana. And if you see the Hindi literal translation of our ISKCON society, it is Antarashtriya Shri Krishna Bhavanamrita Sangha. Bhavanamrita Sangha. Ultimately, whatever sadhana that we do has to culminate in bhava, devotional sentiments. So these sentiments remain missing. Right? It is said that chanting is like an envelope. Chanting is like an envelope that we are sending to Krishna. But if there is no feeling, there is no bhavana, it is an empty envelope. You open envelope, right? Nothing is there. No. Absolutely nothing. We are brahmacharis. So we go to different house program. So grihasthas give us some envelope. Yes, they give some envelope. And usually they put something in the envelope and they give some Lakshmi to engage in Lord service. You can give it to temple, like that. But imagine there is nothing in the envelope. It's an empty envelope. What is the substance? So japa, without proper feelings, is actually like an envelope which is empty. It doesn't have that Lakshmi inside. It is like that. So feelings are very important. Prabhupada goes on, Hey Govinda, O Krishna. It is said in the Shastras that by once uttering the holy name of the Lord, the sinner gets rid of a quantity of sins that he is unable to commit. Namno hi yavati shakti papat nirharanate hare tavat kartum na shaknoti pataka pataki naraha. You can give how many sins? How many it is? You calculate how many of sins they have done. With one utterance of the holy name, everything is possible. It is said there was Jagai and Madai. Yes, Jagai and Madai were very powerful. Jagai and Madai is equal to Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha, Raman, Kumbhakaran plus Shishupal Dandavakara. All together is Jagai and Madai. They were so powerful. Yes. And they had done so much sin that Yamraj had to start another. He did construction and started a separate department. And he named that department as Jagai Madai department. You please take care of these fellow sins. They are sinful records. And Chitragupta was facing a lot of problem. I'm not able to keep their records, how much sins they are doing. There was absolutely no record. But when they got the mercy of Gauranga and Nityananda, the sins were completely vanquished. Yes. That is the shloka. Namno hi yavati shakti. The nama has so much of shakti. Papa nirharane hare. It has so much of potency to papa nirharane. It can completely nullify all sins. Tavat kartum na shaknoti. There is a person cannot perform so many sins. So many sins no person can perform that the holy name cannot purify. That is the power of the chanting of the holy name. Yes. Prabhupada goes on. Such is the power of uttering the holy name of Lord. There is not the least exaggeration in the statement. If suppose somebody says that there is exaggeration, Prabhu, then you will get the fifth offense. What is the fifth offense against the chanting of the holy names? To consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna to be an imagination. You're committing the fifth offense. So this is actually not. Then one may ask question, Prabhu, then why? Why is it that I am not able to feel that? Yes, actually the Lord's name has such powerful potency. It has. But there is a quality to such utterances. It has to be chanted with quality, not quantity. Quantity should be there, of course. Vishnu Puran, the same Brihat Vishnu Puran says that Shatakoti Nam Jap, 100 crore names one should chant in a lifetime for complete purification. Correct? It's 100 crore names. So quality is important. So it depends on the quality of the feeling. Quantity is there. Minimum 16 rounds. Yes, quantity is there, but the quality is very important. And when that quality will come, the quality comes when we face this helplessness. A helpless man can feelingly utter the holy name of the Lord, whereas a man who utters the same holy name in great material satisfaction cannot be so sincere. How many of you seen beggars? Again, I told many stories about beggars. Already 2 are over. One more, because I myself am trying to be beggar. Bhakti Tirth Maharaj writes a book. He has written a book called Beggar Series. He has written How to Be a Beggar. He's writing the book. So imagine a beggar comes in Mercedes Benz to beg. Will you feel any compassion? He's come in the Mercedes Benz. He comes there, lands there. He says, Pravati Bhiksham Dehi. Please give me some alms. Yes, Paisha, please give me. You will feel like giving? Hey, you rascal fellow, you're coming in Mercedes Benz. You give me money. You have more money than me. You have Mercedes Benz. Right? So, Bhikari, a beggar going in Mercedes Benz is something he will not attract any compassion. Yes, it is not possible. So, a person cannot feelingly utter holy name when one too much identifies with matter. The identity with matter is too much. The identity of one's post and position is too much. Then one cannot, material satisfaction one cannot attain. Yes, on the other hand, we have a lot to learn from children. In bhakti, we have to become childlike, like a child. Bhakti has to be performed and holy name has to be chanted just like a child calling out for mother. This is the analogy given in Shastras. And Prabhupada also would say, what is the mood of chanting? One should chant like a child crying out for mother. That is the kind of chanting we have to do. But we think we are big. We are kinchana. We have something. So on the other hand, the mood of akinchana is exactly like a child crying out for mother. So we have forgotten that. That is something we have to remember. You remember, devotees of ISKCON Calgary, I told my story of how I cried out like a child. That was my kindergarten story of my first day in school. So I narrated that in great depth to all of you all. I'm not going to repeat that, don't worry. It's not going to be an action replay. But the point what I want to say is, the crying out like a child is the mood that we all have to develop. Else we will not be able to call out the Lord with feelings. And especially when we are so much identifying with matter, it's very difficult. Right? A materially puffed up person may utter the holy name of the Lord occasionally, yes. The moment one gets puffed up, even his quantity of japa is reduced. Yes? Even the quantity is, see, occasionally. Occasionally chants. So at least some quantity, but quality, big zero. Quality will get a 0 mark. Because a person is puffed up. The moment there is pride, Krishna leaves the heart. Yes? Maharshan Sutta, he was a person who with pride he was reciting Bhagavad. Balramji, he felt, oh, this person is totally unqualified. Right? So, excuse me. Sorry. This one. Give it back. So he was killed with a kusha grass. And if you see very clearly, he was Harshan was speaking the Bhagavatam, the topmost literature, but without qualification. Was gone. In fact, if you see, Krishna cannot tolerate even a little bit of pride, not an ounce of pride. He saw that the gopis had developed a little bit of pride, he immediately left the Rasi arena, the arena of Ras Leela. So we can just see how much Krishna is against. He will ensure that the devotee is completely purified. He saw Indra is proud, he gave him nice beatings. He burst the bubble of his false pride. So it is very important for all of us to understand and know that materially we get puffed up because of this Janma Aishwarya. It simply puffs our pride and ego. That is what it does to us. So what is a very, very amazing way of developing and cultivating the light conception and the consciousness? We have to pray before our japa. I think this is something we can try. Because ultimately, the Shikshashtakam is Lord Chaitanya's prayers himself in the mood of Srimati Radharani, the topmost devotee. Radha Bhava Dyuti Suvalitam Naumi Krishna Swarupam. So these two verses, the Shikshashtakam verse 4 and 5, this is something that we need to especially meditate on. So I'm not going to give in detail. This is a homework for all of you. All of us, I would say, not just when I have to do this homework of chanting this Shikshashtakam prayer, especially meditating on the meaning of 4 and 5. Because this teaches us the right conception and the right consciousness. Right? Next. So now what are the 4 disqualifications? So I've just mapped, I have not done much, I've just mapped what Prabhupada says in his lecture with his purport. Therefore, 4 principles of material advancement are namely high parentage. This is Janma. So Janma means usually Brahmanical birth, Kshatriya birth. They are called Kulins because they are in a very high birth. Yes, but in Kalu Shudra Sambhavaha. Everybody is Shudra in the age of Kali. So once His Grace Radheshyam Prabhu was telling us, when he was studying in IIT, there was one particular student, his classmate. They were all sitting in the mess. And his classmate was eating an egg, anda. He asked him, "You like to have one?" He said, No, Radheshyam Prabhu said, "I am a Brahmana. I can't have one." So this fellow said, "So what? I am also Brahmana." He took his genu and he continued eating the egg. So this is Kali Brahmanas. Yes. So what is the use of high birth? People are doing activities of Shudra and they are simply proud of the rubber stamp being Brahmana or Kshatriya. Just proud of that. Right? The example of this particular pride, because of which a person lost his bhakti, almost lost his bhakti, is Daksha. Daksha had the huge pride. He was considering himself so very great, even greater than Shiva. So he had a Brahmanical birth. And he was so proud and puffed up, he considered himself as better than Shiva. Because of which he got a goat head eventually, because of Vaishnava Prad. Right? So that is the example of Janma. Then second comes Aishwarya. So there are 5 aspects of Aishwarya. If you have these 5 things, is Aishwarya. Just without offending, just with blessings and permission of Prabhupada, I wish to add one more thing. Cow. So land and cows come together. Yes, a land is barren without cows, and cows need land. So land and cows is the first aspect. Somebody has home, he has Aishwarya. Somebody has wife, he has Aishwarya. Children, bank balance. So somebody having these 5 aspects is said to have Aishwarya. Next. So this is Aishwarya. Next one is Shruta. Shruta means a person with high learning. It can usually, in Vedic times, it referred to a kavi, a poet, a darshanik, a philosopher, or it can also refer to a scientist. Modern sense, it's a scientist. Such people have very high education. That way, everybody is literate and educated. Everyone has some degree. But these people, they really need expertise. So somebody belongs to this category. They are very highly educated. That's what it means. Right? So example of such a person who lost. Yeah. Example of person with good wealth who lost all his intelligence is Indra. We know Indra Brahaspati. We saw that example. Or here Romaharshan. We even saw this example. Romaharshan offended Balramji. He did not stand up to welcome Balram, who was a supreme lord. Because of his high education, he was proud and puffed. And then he lost his life. Indra lost his post. He lost his guru, he lost his post, he lost his peace of mind, he lost everything because of offending spiritual master. And most importantly, there's one chapter. Every time devotees will read Bhagavatam 6th canto, chapter's name is only Indra offends Brahaspati. So along with Indra's name, offender is successor. That is succeeding his name. He becomes an offender for all time to come. So bad name. What to do? Next. The last one is attractive beauty. And Prabhupada says beauty comes when you belong to a nice family. You have a nice family, then you will be very beautiful, having a good body. An example of this is Saubari Muni. Now, Saubari Muni, initially he was ugly. Seeing two fishes mate, he developed a desire, a sexual desire to have a wife and children. So Saubari Muni went to Mandata Raja and asked for his daughter for marriage. So Mandata saw, this fool is an oldie. He's skinny, oldie, old man who is unfit to marry my daughter. But if I tell I will not give, he'll curse me and finish me. He appears to be a big yogi. So he said, my daughter, he told a sweet no. My daughter accept the husband that they want, of their choice. He just spoke that much. Saubari Muni understood, oh, this fellow is not giving me a daughter because he thinks I'm old, I'm ugly, I'm invalid, just see. With yogic prowess, he became a handsome man with biceps, triceps, muscles, abs, and everything. Then he went to the Rani Nivas, where all these princes were there. And when he went to their quarters, the 50 girls were there, Mandata Raja. All started fighting, pulling there. They were sisters. But they lost all the sisterly affection because of lust. And they're pulling each other's hair and beating, hey, my husband, my husband, my husband. And finally he says, all right, I will accept everybody as my wife. So, beauty. Again, that led to his intoxication. Right? And he remained in the household life for quite a long time before he woke up. And all in one example of Janma, Aishwarya, Shruta, Shrivir, all in one package is Nalaku and Manigriv. We know the whole Damodar Leela, I'm not going to repeat. So they were the sons of Kubera. In Hindi, we call it Rais Baap ki bigdi hui aulad. Yes, so they were spoiled brats of very aristocratic parentage. So they had high birth, they had popularity, they had high education, and they also had opulence. Everything, all in one. Because of which they failed to offer respects to Narad Muni. And then Narad Muni took us. So most of them, you see, I gave example of Moha. It was easy to pull out a person from Moha. Even Chitraketu was in Moha. He was also pulled out. But it's very hard to, take out people from Mother. Even for some time, so Mother is very dangerous. That's what Kuntī Maharani is trying to tell us. So to speak, disqualifications for the progress on the path of spiritual advancement. These 4 things, the disqualifications. So usually these 4 disqualifications, they're material qualifications. They come when you perform good karma. When you have good karmic deeds, that time you get these 4 things. Correct? That means you have a good karma in the past. But spiritually, they are 4 disqualifications. Of course, there are so many examples of devotees who had this, but they were detached from it. Then there is absolutely no problem. You're detached from this material opulence. You're detached from these things that are given to you. We're going to see that. Then there is no problem. We'll see that in elaboration. So now we are coming to the final section of our discussion. Why aren't we able to get the desired effect of chanting? Prema. Or at least purification of Anartha Nivritti, Kleshagni, Shubhada, something we want to get. That is because of the fever of illusion. Yes? How many of you got a fever in your life? Fever? Some of them seem to be very healthy. They said, we don't even know spelling of doctor. It seems like they're not raising hands. So when you are having fever, we can easily make out. You talk to somebody. Hello? Hello? The person says, oh, but just by talking you understand the person has fever. Just by looking at a person, he is very pale. Yeah, so Hare Krishna Prabhu, are you well? You're doing all right? Looking at person, you cannot even see properly. You cannot talk properly. You cannot walk properly. Just by looking at a person walking, you can understand this person is having fever. So talk, walk, eat, sleep, nothing. Eating is also reduced. Person takes little bit and says, oh, enough. I cannot take it anymore, like that. Yes? So it happens like that. So person is not able to do anything properly. So similarly, when we have this spiritual fever, the spiritual fever comes when we have these 4 things. Janma, Aishwarya, Shruta, Shrivi, Yedamana, Madha, Puman. So this Madha comes, we have the spiritual fever, then we are not able to chant properly. We are chanting, but we are not chanting properly. Just like you are having fever, you walk, but you don't walk properly. You eat, but you don't eat properly. You sleep, but you don't get proper sleep. You get nothing. Nothing you can do very well. So similarly, it's very important that we get rid of the spiritual fever, especially through the prayers of Shikshashtakam. That is one thing that we do. But in this world, we find it's the exact opposite. In this world, everyone wants to increase their fever. You would like to hear one more story? One story? Like to hear? So once there was a Zamindar Malkin. She was a mistress, a very big Zamindar. And she had a maid servant who was serving in the home. So one day the maid servant was working a little bit slowly. So she taunted the maid servant. What is this? What are you doing? Why are you not working properly? Said, I'm not feeling well. Something is wrong, I think. Said, okay, don't worry. I'll call a doctor. So she called for a doctor. So a doctor came. And doctor came and did some diagnosis. And he said, oh, your maid servant, she has 102 degrees fever. I'm so sorry to say that she's sick. She shouldn't be working, she should be resting. Malkin accepts that and she says that you please check my fever also. Do I have fever? Do I have temperature? Please check mine. So he checks and he says, Madam, you're completely normal. It's 98.6 degree Fahrenheit. You're completely normal temperature. She said, check once more. He checks again, says, you are 98.6 degree Fahrenheit. She said, wrong. You are a bogus doctor. If she has 102, I should have 103. I want more fever than her. How can she have less than, I have less than her. I want to have more than her. So this is the attitude that people have in this material world. The attitude of this mistress. We want to collect more fever. I want to be more feverish materially. And that's what the whole society is running. To increase their fever of material existence. On the other hand, if you see the Vedic life is the opposite. Vedic life, even after having so many opulences, the great devotees of the Lord, they renounce it timely. After doing the responsibility, fulfill the responsibility properly, they renounce it and dedicate exclusively their life for Krishna service. Pandavas are example, Parikshit Maharaj is example, so many wonderful examples. And one such graphic example is that of Bharat Maharaj. I would like to show you that shloka. Yo dustyajan darasutan suhridrajyam hridisprashah jahau yavaiva malavad uttama shlokalalasa. That which is difficult to give up. Yo dustyajan, dustyajan. You cannot give up so easily. That thing, jo hai. Example, Dara. Dara is wife. Sutan is children. Suhrit, well-wishers. Rajyam, the kingdom, which is so dear to the heart. Yes, Hridisprisha, it's so very deeply connected to the heart. Hridisprisha, it's touching the heart. But Jahau, he gave up. He gave up. This was Vedic life. How? Yavaiva Malava. This is the example which nobody likes to hear, but this is the example Bhagavatam is giving. Please forgive me if some of you get offended, but this is the example of Bhagavatam. It is like passing stool in the commode. And nobody after passing stool in the commode turns back and checks it. Just flush and leave the place. So he considered all these things as good as stool. Left it. Chavo Yovev Malavat. Malavat means stool. So like that he gave up and proceeded ahead. How could he get such a strength? How could he get such a strength? Such a strength he got because of Uttama Shloka Lalasa. He had this transcendental greed to be with Krishna, transcendental greed to serve Krishna, transcendental greed to love Krishna. So that is the Lalasa, that eagerness that Bharat Maharaj found. On that strength he was able to give up. So this is Vedic life. Vedic life means a life to develop this attachment for Krishna. Rupa Goswami says, Krishna bhakti rasa bhavatamrati kriyatam api kutopi labhyate tatra maulyam ekalam janma kotir sukritir na labhyate. So the only price one has to pay for getting this Krishna prem is this Laulya, lalasa, the greed. And this transcendental greed has to be purchased with a state of humble heart in sadhu sangha, in the association of those wonderful devotees who have this laulya, who have this greed. Yes. Lobhe sadhu sange harikatha. That is the lobha, to be in sadhu sangha and hear harikatha. In that particular association, we develop this lalas, this greed. Correct? Prabhupada often quotes a story. Prabhupada says that when he was in his Grihastha ashram, he was doing his Prayag pharmacy business. That time, couple of times he saw his spiritual master coming in the dream. And he told him, Abhay, take sannyas. And Prabhupada says he got very frightened. My God, that is not very easy to give up everything and take sannyas. 2 times Guru Maharaj came in his dream. Abhay, take sannyas. He got, but fine. And Prabhupada says he was not ready. But then it was a great mercy of his spiritual master. He says, great mercy of his spiritual master by which he could take. He calls it a great mercy. He could take sannyas. Last paragraph. Sometimes it is seen that a spiritually advanced persons become materially impoverished. This is the greatest fear why people don't want to take to bhakti. Oh, what if we lose everything? Yes, it's the greatest fear. But there is no such discouragement. On the other hand, such impoverishment is good sign. Good sign. As much as the falling of temperature is good sign. If temperature is reducing, it's good sign, right? You're getting normal. Similarly, if somebody is becoming materially impoverished, it's normal. See, anyway, if you don't give up, then material nature is going to take it up. Yes? If we don't give up those things and join, the material nature will anyway take it up. And death will anyway take everything. Correct? So it's a good sign. So the principle of life should be to decrease the degree of material intoxication, which leads one to be more and more illusioned about the aim of life. Grossly illusioned persons are quite unfit for the entrance into the kingdom of God. So till the time we have this moha or mada, we become unfit to enter the kingdom of God. What is the proof? Proof is this verse as well as from Bhagavad Gita 15.5. Nirmana moha jita sanga dosha adhyatma nitya pinivritta kama dvandver vimukta sukha dukkha sanye gacchantya muda padamau yayam tat. So nirmoha comes there only. Second quality, nirmoha, we should be without moha, else you cannot. That's a checklist. We have to tick. Yes, we have to tick. Okay, nirmana, okay, free from ego. Nirmoha, free from this illusion. Yes, jita sanga dosha, you have conquered all the doshas of association, rathas, all these things. One by one, we take it off. Correct? And then one will be able to enter the kingdom of God. Right? I just wanted to say something interesting to you. Who is Vishnu? Vishnu is the husband of goddess of fortune. Who is Shiva? Shiva is called Aniket. He doesn't even have a house. He and his wife Bichara, they sit in Himalayas and they're doing sadhana, tapasya. But those who worship Shiva, if you see, those who are worshippers of Shiva, what happens to them? Shiva's worshippers get riches, good wife, material opulences, everything they get. On the other hand, Vishnu's worshippers, they lose everything. Sab chala jata, everything is gone. So Parikshit Maharaj had asked this question to Shukadeva Goswami. Please tell me why this happens. Shukadeva Goswami says the same question was asked by Yudhishthir Maharaj, your grand uncle Krishna. I just quote it as it is. And what is that verse? We discussed this in Calgary. I think it was in Bonus Park. In Bonus Park we discussed about this. Yasyaham anugrinhami harishye tadhanam shanaihi tato adhanam tyajatyasya swajana dukkha dukkhitam. So Krishna says, this is my special mercy. Anugrinhami, to my devotee that I slowly, Shanai means slowly, I take away all their wealth. And then you become adhanam, you become without wealth. And tyajati asya swajana, your all relatives and friends will give you up. You become very morose. And under such moroseness, you become a fully surrendered devotee. Hare Krishna. That's why Krishna takes away everything. so that you become a surrendered devotee. Of course, you voluntarily give everything to Krishna, it is best. That is best. Voluntarily you give up, then Krishna will not take. But suppose you are not giving your attachment, Mada is there, Moha is there, then Krishna Acha is good devotee, such a wonderful devotee. But having Moha and Mada problem. So what to do? I will take it away from him so he can become surrendered devotee. Nice formula, right? No, Prabhu, very dangerous shloka, dangerous shloka. Let me tell you a story. There was one boy from IIT Kharagpur. So normally in IITs and NITs, there are a lot of clubs. And it's a must. They say you actually need to be a part of some club if you want to exist in the college. So this particular student, he went to different clubs. And each club he went, they rejected him. He was rejected from all the club. And because of that rejection, he was dejected. He got rejected, so he became dejected. He was morose crying. What is this? He went to a senior and told, what is this, sir? I got disqualified from all clubs. What is this? So the senior said, there is one club. That club will never reject you. They'll definitely take you. Said, what is that club? They told, that club is the Hare Krishna club. Please go join that. He said, Hare Krishna club? What is that? So he went to the club of Hare Krishna club and became devotee. Hare Krishna. So this is one club who never rejects. We are Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission. Namo Mahavadanyaya mission. Nobody is rejected. Everybody is selected. Yes, whoever applies for job, whoever comes for interview, everybody is selected. This 100% selection rate. It's guaranteed placement. Guaranteed seva. That is our Hare Krishna movement. Nobody is rejected. Yes, that's the beauty. Right? Yeah. Okay, since it's time up, so I'll close. I had more points to speak, but I'll close here. I'll break for question answers. I was told to take some questions.
Thank you so much for a wonderful class. Does anyone have any questions? Maybe you can come forward and ask. Meanwhile, there's a question from a devotee Prochi. When someone is building the taste for the holy name, but also wants to progress on the number of rounds, what's the balance between quality and quantity? What's more important? Should we only build the quantity when the quality is there?
Yes, Prabhupada would say quantity brings quality. Correct. For example, suppose somebody is playing game of dart. I'm just giving a mundane example. The more he takes turns, there is a more possibility of he hitting the dart, right? I don't want to call it bullseye, please. We don't cause violence even in our speech. So he hits the dart. So the more a person chants, there's a more likelihood that he will be able to chant the holy name inoffensively. You're getting the point, right? So person cannot bring about quality without quantity. So first quantity, then quality. So of course, but even in quantity, we have to offer prayer. It cannot be mindless quantity. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. He's just, rotating the beads and, he's looking everywhere else. That's not done. So even when you do the quantity, it has to be quantity with attention. First, let us be attentive. I'll tell you how the journey is. Step 1 is attention. Yes, you're chanting attentively. That means you try to hear the Maha Mantra. Then step 2 is awareness. Correct? You develop the awareness. Why am I chanting? Attention means you pay heed to the details. You're chanting one mantra nicely. The details. That is attention. Then there is awareness. Yes? And then there is absorption. Absorption means when you're chanting, completely oblivious to the surroundings. Yeah. Number 4, then you develop attachment. That means you cannot live without chanting. And number 5 is affection, the feeling. So this is a journey. So this is the journey that we have to go through. But we start with attention. We hear Srimad Bhagavatam classes, will be get awareness. You try with attention awareness, try for absorption. Don't be in a distraction-free zone. Don't get distracted. And choose the right environment, choose the right association. And then when you develop, when you serve, start doing services with chanting. You develop attachment. And then the gift of all of that is finally affection. Okay? Is this fine?
Does anyone else have any questions? Yes.
Nitin too, I'll take your question after this question. Yeah.
Thank you so much for your lecture today. It was amazing. Just a question about, you said there were 4 kinds of zero people in the world. I missed 4. What were they?
Not just 4, there are 4 mentioned in the shloka.
Can you repeat them?
There can be many. I said there are 4 kinds of people, zeros mentioned in the shloka. There can be many more zeros.
Can you repeat the ones that you were mentioning?
You want to know that who are those 4?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll show you that shloka. So the question was asked by Malvika Mataji.
It is Rene Mata.
This shloka above, yeah. Yeah. Putrahinam, without a child. Avidyayam, without education. Then without relatives. And poverty-stricken fellow. Now this is something that exactly is a material outlook of life. Got it, right? Spiritual outlook, these are all blessings. Very nice. In spiritual, if you see from spiritual outlook, these are all great blessings. But from materialistic outlook, this is a big zero. So material zeros. And if a person is Krishna conscious, he will be very, very happy. Okay? Is that all right?
Sorry, you said without children, and then what was it?
Education, relatives,
Relatives.
and penny. So I just repeat, without children, the home is vacant. Home, griham. Without knowledge, the life is vacant. Without relatives, the directions are vacant. And without penny, everything is vacant. Without money.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Is it okay? So it's material zeros. Please don't consider spiritually. That's great.
Thank you, Prabhu. I think we can take the questions in chat.
Okay, I'll take it very quickly. Okay. In continuity zero, what if person doesn't have children? I said that it's a materially people consider it zero. But spiritually there is no problem. You can make Krishna your child and serve Krishna. It is Krishna who is giving us all the wealth. However, he wants you to renounce. Mind-boggling. It is your karma that is getting you the wealth. And it is your dharma to spend that wealth in the right way. For preaching parodharma. If you don't do that, then the same karma will act on you and it can corrupt you. That is what it is. So Krishna has given the wealth through a system of karma. Krishna giving wealth means it will have no problem. Like, so Krishna gave wealth to Sudama, there was absolutely no problem. Krishna gave wealth to one more Sudama, the florist in Mathura, there was absolutely no problem. Whichever opulence is given by Krishna has no dosha at all. That is perfect. Nobody. Krishna gave kingdom to Dhruva, had no problem. Right? Mind-boggling. Thank you so much, wonderful class. Please again quote the shloka reference. Namno hi avati shakti. You can type in it comes in the sixth canto, second chapter. The Samprata Vishnu Puran. Ajamilopakhyan. It comes there. Second chance. Thank you. Which is better consciousness? Thinking Krishna will protect me under all circumstances, or thinking I will bear all circumstances for Krishna? I'll tell you the best consciousness. The best consciousness is, no matter what the situation is, let me always remember Krishna. That is the best situation. And because that's what Vishnu Puran says is the most fortunate position. Always remember Krishna. And the most unfortunate position is you forget Krishna for even one moment. So that is the most unfortunate moment. Alright. I understand that devotees in India are doing Ekadashi. And ISKCON Calgary devotees are very eager to break their Ekadashi fast. Right? So, Hari Hari. Thank you.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Thank you so much again. We look forward to hearing from you again online, again in person. So, thank you so much.
Surely. I'm more than honored. It was just a joke, and I happened to come there, that side. I was just but now it's no more a joke. It's a very serious business because I know all of you. I love to come and serve. Thank you. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Granthra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Gaur Premanand. Hari Hari.